Welcome everyone back to the channel, and today we are going to get into taking off the door handles on the Dodge Dart. Apparently there is nothing on the forums, no videos on YouTube or any sort of video on this for some reason, because Dodge Dart's handles apparently come apart or come off differently than an ordinary handle. I mean, I guarantee there's other cars that actually have this kind of system, but for some reason everywhere I looked and every video I pulled up did not have that version of the door handles being mounted the way they are on the Dodge Darts. So I had to basically break a door handle just to see how it was put together, how it was holding on, in order for me to successfully take the door handles on the blue Dart that I have at the shop right now, because I don't want to break door handles on that one, of course. I want to keep those, and at the same time I do want to have it painted, so that if the door, for example, is going to get painted, then I'm gonna need the door handles off, because I am not gonna have those taped up and everything, and that's a cheap job. If you're gonna have everything taped up, all the trim taped up, no, I'm gonna have all the trim off of that thing, and the door handles are certainly getting off before any paint or primer or anything is applied to the vehicle. Maybe in your case you broke a handle, or it snapped, broke, you need it replaced, or maybe you're changing, from dark handles on your vehicles to the chrome ones that I have, for example, on my blue Dart. In that case, I will need to show you how to get those off, because apparently, like I said over and over again, that there is no video or nothing on the forums. Or I even went to the dealership and they were like, well, I don't know how to get it off, we're gonna have to look at it. Yeah, they're probably gonna look at it probably the same exact way I did, and then put scratches on it. I don't need that. Certainly you guys don't. But I will show you what I have going on and why I broke my handle. As you see right here, this door is smashed and the handle's already cracked, so technically that handle's not getting replaced, first off. Second off, I don't care if I break this handle, so that's what I did. I broke it off. So what happens is, the way to take your handle off is basically this piece up here supposed to come off first before anything comes off on this handle whatsoever. So the way usually it happens is you get this hole right here, and sometimes you would have a little plastic piece that covers that hole up. I already lost this one, which, like I said, I don't care, but you would have something like this, like a little plastic piece covering up that hole. All you gotta do is pry it open, get it off, and you're gonna end up with a hole just like this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna need, especially on let's see, the passenger doors, which would be the two back doors and the passenger door at the front, so it would be the right door on the Dodge Darts. Now the driver's side door is a little bit different, and it is a traditional way of taking it off, but then again, I will show you how to do that one too. But these right here just lock in place. They have no screws, nothing whatsoever. It's all a plastic connection, holds it all together, and of course it's made to where you won't break it unless you crack it to pieces, and try to get in the car. That's probably the only way to get into it. But if you want to get it off normally, like a normal person would, you basically need something like this. I got the screwdriver, or whatever the heck it is. it's got like a little hook at the tip of it. So you need something like this in order to take it out. So what you do is you stick it in there, and let's see if I got this correct you know, in the beginning. So as you see, when I pull on this, when I pull on this, it doesn't come off at all. So it does have no give to it or whatsoever. Now, from what it looks like back there, is it's got like a hook system to where basically it's hooked up with two plastic pieces that just lock in place. So when they lock in, it kind of like locks in, and then, you know, it doesn't come out. So basically what you have to do is pull them out, and then of course this piece will snap open. But in order to do that, you have to stick, like I said, this kind of tool in there and play your way around. So when I do stick it in there, it's gonna go in basically like this. I'm gonna push it all the way in, then I'm gonna twist it and kind of get it behind there, and then pull back towards the outside of the door, and then pull it towards myself. And you should kind of feel it. Sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out what goes behind there, but like I said, when you push it in, see, first off, I'll pull it in there, I kind of stick it in there, and then I twist. So I kind of have to know where my angle's at. So if my angle's right here, then I stick it in, twist around, and you can kind of hear it go behind the plastic. Then you just pull a little bit, and you'll see it come out a little bit, but it won't come out all the way. So it never comes out all the way, it just comes out a little bit. So you're gonna have to twist in order to take this out. So once you have it loose, basically you kind of pull on this handle. Look at that, how easy was that? I mean, seriously, very easy. If you actually know the design or know how it's made, procedure is going to be real easy. And that's the thing, that I even looked around to see how it was designed, or actually the back part of the handle. I couldn't find anything. Apparently there's just nothing, unless I came across a handle that I actually could look at. But like I said, I don't have one, and I got this broken one here that I can, you know, play around with. So you get this handle off, it's exactly the same like any other vehicle. Pull it forward, kind of pry it a little bit, and of course this is going to be harder than I ever want it to, because like you see, it's all dented up and everything, but that's exactly how it comes out. I mean, really simple. So we are going to come here to the back door and do the same thing. And like I said, the rear doors and the front passenger door should be exactly the same in the way the handles are put together on the Dodge Darts, of course. The way to start is, like I said, you get this little plastic piece off. I'm gonna stick this little screwdriver in, kind of pry it open, take it out. You know, good thing I didn't lose that one like I did on the front one. But anyways, as you see, this is a hole, and what I do again is you need this tool. Like I said, probably get something like this at a Harbor Freight store, you know, something cheap. You don't need anything fancy or anything, but just like I said, it's kind of like a screwdriver with the tip turned one way, kind of like a hook. So this is what you're gonna use, like I said. So let me show you again, show you basically that this door handle does not come off like this. There's no play to it whatsoever. So this door handle is perfect. So like I said, if this were to be your handle on your car, this is exactly what you're gonna run into. And what you're gonna do is, like I said, hook, you stick it in, pointing towards the car. It's kind of like it's got a hole right here, and then it's got like a second hole in the back. So you'll see it if you actually look in there. and you kind of stick it in through that second hole, like I said, pointing towards the vehicle. So once you got that in, you kind of push it in all the way as far as it goes. You don't have to like really press into it. It should easily go in there. Then you turn it, and basically what you do is you're gonna turn it now. Once you push it all the way in, you're gonna turn it all the way around 180 degrees, basically pointing out, you know, to the outside of the door. And then you're gonna pull. So let's do this again. So if I can get this thing out. All right, I'll push it in there, push, then turn. Now the turning part is going to be a little bit more force that you need, and then you pull. And now this should be pretty easily, as you see, like it just came off. There's no pressure whatsoever. Like I said, when you do turn it, it will need a little bit of force, but other than that, like I said, there is a thing. So when you look at the back piece, so I took it off like this, as you see, there's a slice on the top and a slice on the bottom. Basically what that does, and right here on the side too, that locks it in place. So when we do take this handle off, you pull it towards, so you pull it, you know, out, pull it out, and like I said, it comes out real easily. So the back ones don't have any power to them, so you don't have to worry about any electronical part of it. But I will show you what happens in here when they do lock. So when you do want to lock it now, you can use a regular screwdriver, you can use almost anything. All you gotta do is just push. But when I do lock it, I just use the same tool. If I already got it here, then I just, you know, push it, basically pointing that way. So like I said, you gotta put it through the 2 holes in there, and you push. And when I push, look at what happens. When I push this thing, it's gonna basically lock. And when it does, this is what happens. So as you see, it got the lock on the side and the lock on the bottom and the top. So like I said, when this thing is in there, basically locks it on the bottom, the side, or the top, the side, and the bottom. And these are the white little clips that actually would lock it in place. So if I unlock it, I'm gonna lock it again just for you guys to see. If I can get this in there. So I got this hooked, and now when I pull, this is exactly what you're doing. You pulled it out. So once you pulled it out, you basically unlocked it, and it easily comes out. So I mean, this is really simple. Like right now, I can put it in there without the actual handle. So this is really simple. All you do, if you're locking in, basically stick it in there, and you push. Whenever it pushes, you should feel it. Just, here you go. You kind of hear it move. Once it moves, it's not going anywhere. And if I want to unlock, pull it out, capiche. Now this thing's open. So like I said, it's real easy how it works here. It just moves back and forth. All it is, just lock and unlock, lock, unlock. I mean, really easy. And that's kind of what you will be running into if you, for example, you're replacing handles or you're having the door painted. Of course, you will need to get your handles off, because, you know, if you want a real good paint coverage around this place. So of course you can get these little rubber pieces off. They're pretty easy. Just move them around a little bit, and voila, that's all done. You just clean that up. If you're painting, that's what you do. If you're not painting but you're replacing a handle, you don't need to worry about this step. So all you do is just leave that in place and put your handle in. So like you see, let me put this handle right back in for you guys to actually see what goes on when I put a handle in. So yes, I got this rubber in. I think I got it in. Give me a sec here. So as you see, when I put this in, it's all flush around. It's not sticking out. Should be in there. Shouldn't fall off. If it falls off, of course you did something wrong. Now we got the handle here, way to insert it. And if you're taking it out, it's the opposite. But first you stick this piece in first. Stick it in, put it in, and then you kind of slide it forward. So that kind of locks it in place. So right now it will work. Now I forgot to mention a little piece of information. If you have your handle open and for some reason or another you have the door closed, you're like, well, how can you open the door? Well, it's actually pretty simple. If you look in there, I don't know if it'll focus or anything. If it does focus, this would be brilliant. But of course in there, if I make it darker in there, you might see, as you see right there, that little piece right in there, that piece right there. So if I can use the tool to actually show you, this piece right here, this is actually your handle. So if you pull this forward, you can use a tool, but you can also use your finger. So as you see, you pull this, it'll open your door real easily. So if you don't have a handle on and you just slam the door and it closed on you or whatever, pretty simple. You just grab this thing, you kind of pull it towards you, and there you go. So that's kind of what you will do. So let's get back to what we were trying to do. If you're gonna put this handle back in, you're gonna push this back in first, move it back. Now I'm gonna grab this back piece. Now this back piece basically holds this handle in order for somebody not to break your handle off and get in your car. But then again, if you do have your door locked, you will not get into your car whatsoever. So remember, have your door unlocked if you're doing all this stuff. So if you're gonna put this in, you pull on this handle and then you put this piece on. So let me pull. So basically, as you see, I got the handle extended. Now you put this in right now, should easily go in, and then you let go of the handle. So now it's in there, it's not moving anywhere, but we still got to lock it. So like I said, what we do is we stick this in there, move it in. You should hear it click. If you don't hear it click, then just push in there firmly and try it. As you see, it doesn't come off. So yeah, that's it. So the door handle is in. This one just hooks up to the back and this one locks in place. So this is what you will be getting into when you take the handle or handles off the Dodge Dart. Now at the front one, front driver's side, it is a little bit different. So on the driver's side part of it, we have, as you see, place for the key. So because of it having a insert for a key, it's different. That's the reason why. And basically it really isn't that big of a deal, but as you see, you poke that out, get it out of the way, and if you can look in there, you will see, I don't know if I can put the sunlight in there, but you can probably see in there that it has a star bit screw in there, and what it is a T20. So if you guys set like this, it will be a T20. So basically that's what we will need. So once we put this in, all you do is just stick it in there, kind of land, and start turning, and it should turn all the way. Don't worry about it falling out, because it is made to where it does unscrew all the way, but it won't, you know, you won't lose it or anything. So it's not something you gotta really worry about. But that is what you will need to do. So on this side, like I said, because of it having an insert for a key, that's what it'll have. So me unscrewing it right now, it actually got tight. So once it gets tight like this, I think that is the end. You don't have to do anything or any more turning anyway. So what you do is, like I said, you pull on the handle the same way you would do with any other door, and this should slide easily out. So as you see, the whole inside part here is metal. That is why this whole piece is basically mounted in there with a screw instead of plastic pieces that hold it together. So like I said, it's real easy. Again, you're gonna take the handle out, works exactly the same. You pull it forward, take this side out, and the back should come out easily. Now if you got one of those touch self unlock keyless entry type of thing, then you, of course, you will have some wires connected. But like I said, all you gotta do is disconnect them and put your new handles in. But if you are putting them in, all you do is put that back side in, put this forward part in, slide it back, and then before you put this in, you actually pull on the handle. So when you pull it, you basically extend it all the way, and then you insert this piece. So this would go in, you put the handle back, and grab your T20 star bit and screw it back in. And basically that's all it really is. So the only one that's got a screw on it, basically the old-fashioned way, about almost all the cars used to, you know, have this kind of setup where it was just a screw, you unscrew it and your handle comes off. Well, it's only on the driver door because of the key inserts. So once you tighten it up, should be firmly in there, shouldn't be moving. That means you did it right, you're good to go. So like I said, this is an easy process, but then again, there's certain things that were changed that are not on the new vehicles. So that's why I'm kind of telling you what I did, how I figured it out, and for you guys to not break your handles when you're changing them. If you guys did like this video, please do hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit that red subscribe button, hit that post notification. After you hit the subscribe button, it's that little bell icon. That way you will be notified when I release a new video. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Stay positive and happy, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.